Hi, Jen Gilchrist here with EmpoweredWomensLeadership.com, and I'm here to assist heart-centered entrepreneurs and spiritual women in really connecting with their unique soul gifts and purpose so that they can create passion, purpose-driven businesses and experience new levels of freedom while they're making a big impact on the world. And today I'm going to be doing a reading to help gain some insights and inspiration for March 21st through 27th. And today we're going to be working with the Angels and Saints Oracle deck from Doreen Virtue, and I've already been connecting and praying to get God's guidance through these messages of angels and saints today. Sorry, some of these were flipped backwards. All right, mixing these up. What messages will be the most empowering to support people on their path? Okay, so the first card is commitment. And so that is huge, like just staying commitment. It's like, I know that sometimes it's like you can be working, there's so many moving parts, like stretching through so many layers of comfort zones, trying to figure out what to do next. And right here is just the level of having commitment to yourself and your business and just staying on track, deciding that you're going to just keep showing up no matter what. And I see where the angel is nurturing two little children, and so I just see where, nurture your own inner child. Allow God and angels to nurture and support you, and remind yourself that you're not alone, and that you just really stay committed and connected to being of service to what your heart's calling is, and that the clarity is going to continue to come the more that you just keep showing up and taking the steps one or two at a time. So commitment is just keeping that level of commitment to yourself and to being of service in the way that you're meant to in your heart, even if you don't have all the pieces figured out quite yet. Awesome. And so this looks like it's celebrating, so that's, that's awesome. So this card is triumphant. Looks like you're being rewarded. It's like, okay, now that you've been honoring this commitment, and I feel like that's a validation card too. Being the first card, it's like, okay, so you've been working on commitment, and it's an encouragement to stay on commitment, but as you stay committed, you will be triumphant. And I see victory, and it's kind of like, yes, and reaching, again, I'm seeing so much to do with just reminding that you're not alone. It's that alignment with reaching up to heaven and to God, just allowing that space of connection and being triumphant in that commitment that you've shown and stood up for and keep showing up for. So keep going. And the next card is forgiveness. And it's Mary Magdalene. And so what I'm noticing from this card, this is sort of, I feel like working on your ability to receive. So receiving information, receiving financial and prosperity in exchange for your gifts, like working on being able to receive, to be financially, I would not say rewarded, but have that exchange equal. It's like, is there anywhere where you need to forgive yourself or others? So it feels like the receptivity card. If you're feeling like you're not getting rewarded in it feels like on financial way, like it feels like there's a level of healing that can occur, and it's stuck in your ability to receive, and a level of forgiveness to yourself or to others might be necessary. So you can take a look at where do you need to forgive yourself for not being perfect, or let go of something so you can allow yourself to receive. So dig deep in your heart and ask for some guidance on that, and just notice, is there anywhere that you need to forgive yourself or another, where you might be holding on to resentment, because that can stop your flow of receiving abundance. It could affect your ability to feel worthy of receiving. And so just knowing that as you share your gifts to the world, that it's natural and appropriate for it to give and take. Like it's a flow of giving and receiving that has to be, it just becomes equal. Like abundance comes. It's a part of the fruition of being of service, and giving you receive. And so it feels like if you're noticing and you've been feeling like maybe you've been a little stuck there, that there's some inquiry that you could be doing, and the level of noticing, where do you need to forgive yourself? Where do you feel like you need to let go of some resentment or unforgivenesses that you may have for another, and allow yourself to be in that receptive place of feeling deserving and worthy of receiving. And we might have punctuation cards that might shed some light too. Sweetness. And this is just a gentle, like it's the sweet, being gentle. I also feel like the first thing that comes to mind has to do with being in gratitude. So just taking the time to, another thing and sometimes we can get into fear, right? Like if you're feeling like, okay, you've been showing up and you've been doing these things and you're not really feeling like you're being compensated or rewarded back, like that hasn't come in quite yet for you in the way that you're desiring, then just taking the time to do the inquiry that we discussed, and then also being in gratitude, like noticing all the things around you, have compassion for yourself, have compassion and gratitude for all you've done and for where you're at right now. Allowing yourself to keep maybe a gratitude journal is something that keeps coming to mind, about noticing all of the things that you do have and all the things that you have to be grateful for, and just allowing yourself to be nurtured and be gentle and have self-compassion. So it feels like this could have to do, like if there is some level of maybe being hard on yourself, like I feel like there is a level of feeling like sometimes like we can be a little bit hard on ourselves. That just is also a nurturing and have compassion and sweetness and gentleness towards yourself. And that's really going to allow the gates of receptivity and receiving to flow in and come back to you, which in turn will make you be a better place of sharing your gifts, right? So it's this whole important balance of giving and receiving. So looks like you're being rewarded for your commitment. Stay on the train and you'll be, triumphant, and just allowing yourself to be gentle with yourself and others around you, and just be in that state of gratitude for all that you've done, for all that you have and all that you are, and that will help to shift the flow of energy to getting back to in a space of feeling good and inspired and the ability to receive more fruitfully again. All right, so take care. That's all the reading is for this week, and we will actually, something else wants to come through. I feel like there's one more card. So practice makes perfect. We got this card last week as well too. So it's just be gentle with yourself. Like if you're feeling like, you're learning something new, or you're building your business and you've been working really hard, you've had the commitment, you're going at it, it just looks like those cards are definitely a lot referring to being gentle with yourself, having compassion with yourself, forgiving yourself for not being quote unquote perfect, and just keep practicing, just keep showing up and keep doing. You're on the right track, and it's all good. And sometimes doing something new can be scary, it can be overwhelming, it can be frustrating, and sometimes we can tend to be a little too hard on ourselves. So that was just a little bit of a clarification on what those cards were meaning. And so, yes, thank you so much. I would love to invite you over to empoweredwomensleadership.com/free gift, where I have a gift for you there, and it'll also allow you to be in my community. There's 5 steps to blissful living, and there's some great meditations in there on how to connect with your own body's wisdom, release stress, really connect with your inner voice, and start to unlock. There's also a video training in there where I teach you how to really notice the signs on how to connect with your intuition and call in and receive the signs from your angels and from God, and a lot of other really important balance tips, right? As a sensitive person, we need to have balance in our life. It's like self-care and balance is not just a fluffy thing. It's part of an essential foundation to creating a successful business that you will feel happy and able to show up in fully with. So those are some of the things that are in that gift for you. Plus, you'll be getting these messages in your inbox, so you won't miss a thing, and you can be a part of our awesome Empowered Women's Leadership community. So again, I look forward to seeing you there, and talk to you again next week. Bye.